Okay, today's chapter is about base market story. Okay, base market story. Base market story is a type of analyzing in CWRV. Okay, it's the way we analyze markets, the way we identify which party is stronger, which party is getting weak. Okay, so you have to master it to be a professional in analyzing. Okay, it will help you to know the next candle. You can predict the next candle with accuracy. So it's very important to master this chapter. If you didn't understand, write to me. If you have a question, write to me. Follow me on my YouTube to see the way I analyze before trading. Okay. So let's see this example. If you have a bullish candle with a volume, okay, and then we have a next bullish candle with increase of volume, the volume increase. So we can enter, we can predict that if price come below this level, okay, if the price come below the high of the first candle, we can enter. We can enter based on prediction, okay, because we have increase of volume from buyers. Okay, so we can enter buy, but when buyers enter, they decrease volume. Consider that they decrease volume like this. Okay, then it's a sign that buyers have become weak, so sellers may enter. Okay, sellers may enter, but we will not trade it. But you have to know that when buyers in momentum decrease volume, the sellers may enter. But right now, the seller have decreased volume. The seller have decreased volume. So we can predict that buyers will enter because of the previous buyers momentum. Because of the previous buyers momentum, although they decrease volume on the third candle, they are still strong. So when seller enter with weakness, so buyers will enter because buyers will see it. They will know that okay, sellers are not strong, so they will attack. So we have a good entry, a weak candle, a good candle with increase of volume, but here buyers will not enter, okay, because of the break of momentum. Sellers will enter. Although the buyers have increased volume, sellers will enter because we have a level here, okay, we have a level here, so we have a retracement. We have a retracement, okay, but when sellers have break the momentum, okay, the previous momentum will not empower the next bullish candle. Okay, so we have a retracement. Now the retracement, we can see that the sellers have decreased volume, so obviously buyers will enter, but how will they enter? They will enter from below the level. Okay, buyers will enter from below the level. Okay, you can see the way I'm predicting the price. Okay, you can see the way I'm predicting the price, and this is the way we should predict the price. But it's not every trade that you will take. Sometimes you can know that the next candle will be a buyer, but we will not trade it. Okay, learn to take trade from key level. It's very important. So here buyers have increased volume, so next candle will be buyer. Then the buyers have decreased volume, but normally next candle will be seller. But anyhow buyers have entered and they decrease volume because we have a you don't have normal move. Sellers will enter, so sellers have entered. Sellers enter, they increase volume, so you have a second sellers candle that enter. Okay, so they increase volume, but we have a level here, so sellers have entered, but the price was rejected from buyers. Okay, the price was rejected from buyers because of former level. Okay, former level at left. So we can see that sellers are strong here, but now coming base market story. If you have to analyze the price, number one, we should analyze the candle and volume. The candle analysis and volume. Okay, this is the way we need to analyze the market. Anyhow, anywhere you see, anytime you see a chart with a group of candle, you need to use base market story to analyze it. The first thing to do is to analyze the candle and volume, the candle shape and volume size. Okay, we can see that the buyer's candle are strong here. The buyer's candle are strong, you can see, and they have a good candle. They have good candle, so you don't have many small buyer candles. No, the average candles are normal. Okay, they are normal. They are big candle from buyer side, and so in the first place, buyers are good. Buyers are good. Okay, buyers momentum is good. All those, you can see the volume. The volume is high. The volume is high from buyers. The volume from buyers are high. So the candle size are good and the volume is good. So you need to compare the volumes, the candle size and volume. Okay, so it's very important. The first thing is to look at the candle size. If the candle size are good, acceptable, we look at the volume. Okay, here we can see that the buyers are good, the buyers are strong in the first place. Okay, so we can divide this chart into two, because at the second time, at the second party, the sellers too have entered with increase of volume. Sellers have entered with increase of volume. So we can see that the last candle have increased volume. Okay, although we have a rejection. So sellers in the whole market, the overall market, buyers are stronger. Okay, but we can divide it into two sections. From the beginning to here, buyers were strong. Buyers are strong, but from here to the end, sellers are becoming strong and with good candle and increase of volume. Okay, but you have to check the pattern. It's very important. You have to check the pattern too. And by analyzing the market, you have to check the pattern. Look at here. You have three candle, one sellers. One candle, one sellers. Okay. Now, three candle. Maybe the first pattern will happen again. The first pattern will repeat. Okay. We have once the seller will enter. Okay. That's it. So sometimes it is different. It can be two buyer, one seller, three buyer, one seller, four buyer, one seller. We have to be cautious about pattern. The pattern can repeat itself. So here we can see that the pattern have repeated itself by entering, sellers entering after three buyers when buyers have shown weakness. Okay, so that's very important to know. Okay, here you can see that the sellers have entered, but at the end you have a rejection with increase of volume. Okay, so the present market is telling us that buyers are good. So you look at how to use the base market story. Okay, it's very important to analyze a group of candle to know which party is strong, to discover if sellers or buyers are stronger. Okay, we can see that the price is trending. Okay, we are having higher low, higher low. So that's another reason to go buy. Okay, so let us go to the chart. Let us go to the chart and look for a trade. Okay, let's analyze this chart. Let's analyze here. Okay, here we have a big buyer candle with increase of volume. Okay, but we have sellers with a big buyer candle with increase of volume, but we have sellers that have entered continuously and they have increased volume. Okay, they have increased volume. So this buyer candle that we have here, okay, you should know that because of this buyer candle and this volume, buyer will still enter anytime that if seller have show weakness. Okay, this is what you should know. Because buyer was strong, buyers will enter anytime the seller are strong, and this configuration is a breakout. It's a breakout. Okay, but the previous candle is not the same color as the breakout candle, so the conditions is not gathered. So that's why we have a retracement, and right at the line we have a rejection. Buyers have rejected the price. Okay, I hope you are following. Okay, I hope you are following. Don't miss any step. We have a breakout, but the condition of breakout are not there. We have a good volume, a good candle, but the previous candle is not the same color. So that's why we can enter after the retracement, because the buyer have rejected the price with increase of volume. Okay, and buyer have entered, so we can enter here, buyer call, we can enter call, and but buyer candle have decreased volume. The buyer candle have decreased volume, so that's why sellers have entered, but we should not enter here. Okay, we should wait to see what will happen. Okay, we are analyzing. After taking this trade of buying, we should not trade. But the sellers candle too, the sellers have decreased volume. So, but the problem is we have a week, you have a rejection from buyers on that seller candle. So the volume can be decreased on week, or the volume can be decreased on the body. So we have a confusion. So we should not enter, we should wait. Okay, now we have buyers candle with decreasing volume. Okay, based on these three candle, we can enter sell, because buyers have decreased volume, seller have entered, seller has decreased volume, buyers have enter. Now buyers are decreasing volume. Okay, if we continue this pattern, we can enter sell. Okay, but if you don't want to enter sell, no problem. You can wait for the price to come to that level, to the level, to the support, because sellers tools, the sellers have also decreased volume, so you can enter buy. You can enter buy because you are following a pattern. Okay, anytime that one party has decreased volume, the contrary party is entering. That's a pattern. Okay, so you can enter buy. You can enter buy, and the buyer can have decreased volume. Okay, they have decreased volume. Normally we should enter sell if you want to follow the pattern, but anyhow, buyers have take control. The buyers have entered and they took control of the candle, and they have the increased volume. So if we enter here, we can miss. If we enter sell, we can lose. So that's why it's better to enter from the key level, the support. Okay, so buyers have increased volume, so we can enter in marginal safety. Once the price come lower, we can enter marginal safety. Okay, so and after that, just after that, we have sellers entry, but the seller decrease volume. Okay, sellers entry, they decrease volume. No, so if I want to follow the previous pattern, okay, buyers will enter in next candle. Buyer will enter in next candle, so I can enter with marginal safety when the price come near the level. Okay, and if I'm studying this market, I can see that the retracement price has come to the retracement and the price is going higher. So I have to trade a buyer side, because once the price come to the level, I can enter. Okay, so I can enter from lower. Okay? But this candle too has formed a red candle and it increase volume, but because of the size of the candle, I cannot decide. Okay, I have to see a good candle. If I have a good seller's candle now, I can say that the price will go sell, but the price have increased volume. Maybe the volume is increasing on the lower week, I don't know. So I will wait, and as I'm waiting, we are seeing that buyers have entered and they have increased volume. Okay, so buyers have increased volume. Normally this seller candle, normally because of this seller candle have decreased volume, the good seller candle have decreased volume, normally buyers should enter, but we have sellers that have entered. So you have to see the candle size and the volume. Okay, not just because it's a seller candle and volume increase, so you will go sell. No, the seller candle will be form a good a good candle before comparing the volume. Okay, so if you have confusion, just leave it, just wait. Okay, now the buyers have increased volume, so I can predict that the next candle will be buy. The next candle will be buy because they have increased volume. Okay, this is the way we can analyze this chart, so I can go buy from here. Okay, so we won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. So just by analyzing, we won 6 trades. Okay, so look at this trade. In the first place, buyers were strong. Okay, and from this line, sellers are strong. Here we have a seller zone. You can see 3 rejection. You can see that sellers volume is increasing. It's high. So at the first place, we have buyers strong. The second place, we have sellers rally. Okay, but look at the volume. Okay, seller rally. The volume is very good. You can see that buyers are weak at the second position, and sellers have a good volume, and buyers are weak. Okay, in the second rally, in the seller rally. Okay, so you can see that in this rally up, buyers are weak and sellers are strong. Look at the volume. Look at the volume. So buyers are weak. Buyers are weak. Okay, and sellers are strong. Sellers are strong. So if price come to seller level, what will happen? Okay, you can see that buyers, they are moving to the sellers level, decreasing volume. If they come to this level, what will happen? Sellers will enter. So I use two strategies here to take this trade. I use seller zone and I use marginal. I use seller zone and I use base market story. Okay.